You are far smarter than you can ever imagine. There is no obstacle that you cannot overcome, no problem that you cannot solve, and no goal that you cannot achieve by applying your mind to your situation. Go on and
Yo, what up, though? Uh-oh. Okay. Hey, happy Monday. It's Kiki, Macho Man Randy Savage, brother. Where's my brother? No? Well, I guess his lazy ass day consists of him not fucking being here. But anyway, happy Monday, everybody. Happy day after Mother's Day. And if you're here with us, it must be time for Real Talk Uncensored. It must be 5:30. Hey, Tavio. Got Captain Stubing here. Captain Stubing, good afternoon.
Good evening. Hello. How you doing?
Dog, this picture of you. You threw off my whole Kiki Savage joint. You see my glasses today? See my glasses?
I do see that, yes.
Okay, here's the explanation. You listening? Here's the explanation. So I am into this bio thing with the wrestlers, right? I've watched Roddy Piper, and this week was Macho Man Randy Savage. And I found some glasses in honor of the brother. Are you a wrestling fan?
I am. Yes, I am.
Did you didn't catch it? You didn't catch it? It went over your head. You didn't catch it?
What? Your glasses?
Yeah.
Well, your voice is throwing me off because you're trying to sound like Hulk Hogan, Savage. He's, that's
Right, sound like you got shit.
Oh yeah. I was gonna say oh yeah at some point, but it's just brother. He said brother too.
Yeah, occasionally. But yeah, I haven't seen the things that you've been watching, so I know A&E's got their thing, and I recently saw the Dark Side of the Ring with Brian Pillman. That was more intriguing for me.
No, you know what? And that was a good one too. And honestly, you would not. Well, me as a child, because during that time I was a kid watching that. I wouldn't have never. You couldn't pay me money to think that all this stuff was going on. Couldn't have paid me money. They had it tough, man. And I didn't realize that wrestling started back in the 70s. I didn't realize it. Like before they got big in the 80s and 90s, I didn't know that they had. I didn't know. I got on when Hulk Hogan and all those people got on. So I wasn't aware. So it's nice to go back and find out what you missed and get some history on that type of stuff. Man, these wrestlers, they dealt with a lot in their time.
Things have around that time frame between the 70s up to I would say early 2000s. Yeah, they had weird way they still go through it in a sense today, but it's more viewed and more restricted. That back then they were quote unquote treated like freelance employees. They was like, hey, you're here 1 week, here, and then sadly, they go through the trials and the pains and all that stuff from a sport that is, quote unquote fake. And sadly, they had to get painkillers and stuff like that and things like that to make sure that they can get to the next venue the next weekend and all that stuff. So it's that's why most of these guys that that you saw died way too soon than they should have, or going through the things they were going through. It's a good thing to mind you, I've done podcasts and TV shows about this, and it's and there was that time frame in the 2000s where it was like a notable wrestler dying almost every week, and it was ridiculous.
No,
it was like
to hear of like the drug use and then it makes sense though. Like it kind of came with the territory because they need to repair whatever they had torn or broken or whatever really fast. So the steroids kind of made sense. It's just when it gets out of hand. And the thing that I found intriguing and I found very similar amongst all of the characters was that they had a hard time turning it off when they get into their regular lives.
That's why it's like everyone's kind of like you look at Ric Flair. I mean, Ric Flair has yet to turn it off. He's never turned it off. So.
You're Ric Flair. You're Ric fucking Flair. You know, even when you're not okay, when you're a movie star, you're a big star. Do people really call you by your name or the role that you play? The most memorable role you played, and they remember you as Ric Flair. They don't, you know what I mean? And that's who they're gonna associate you with. As for anybody else, you know what I mean? As for any other wrestler. Now, like you were saying earlier, wrestling was deemed fake, but that jumping off the top rope, landing and breaking tables. Yeah,
well, again, it's quote unquote fake because some people still believe it's not real. And Tweety, it's so now mainly it's the storylines. The storylines are fake because we've seen the storylines before. Right. But when it comes to the in-ring stuff, it's of course it's well real. I've seen broken noses and teeth popped out and all that stuff.
Okay, do you remember when they used to run around with the fucking 2x4 with the fucking barbed wire
hacksaw Jim Duggan and or even before that, Sabu and ECW days. Yeah, so yeah.
So there was nothing fake about it.
Yeah, but
I did watch that Randy Macho Man Savage story. I did watch that story. I did get to see that story. That shit was actually kind of fucking dope. It was.
Did you back up and watch Roddy? You didn't watch Roddy?
No.
What?
I'm sorry, I'm stuffing my face.
I gave you homework. I gave you homework. Yeah, I gave you homework.
The dog ate it. The dog ate it.
The dog ate your TV. Okay.
Yeah.
She said this. I used to think that wrestling. I used to call it wrestling when I didn't know what it was spelled like wrestling. Mm-hmm. I used to think that it was fake until they came out with the action figures. I was like, it can't be. There's no way it can't be. Like, and I definitely had the rubber arm Hulk Hogan. As a girl, I had a rubber arm Hulk Hogan, the one that you stretch the arms out.
Yeah.
Tone, you didn't have one?
No, I had the fucking belt. So it was so serious for me. I was in junior high school when we was really into wrestling, and we used to go to school and pretend like we were wrestlers and be wrestling and shit. Like, serious shit. Like trying to body slam each other. You know what I mean? The DDT wasn't a good idea. My man got knocked out off the DDT. That wasn't a good idea. But we used to try it. It was the thing to do.
The figure four was the thing. The figure four that I was always scared to try.
Oh my God.
Until my brother
that's easy to do.
Until my brother put me in one.
I bet you didn't like that shit. I bet you were like, what the fuck? That shit hurt.
All those moves. My brother put me in those moves. All those moves, my brother did them on me.
I had to do it to my sister. It was only fair. You had to really make sure that the moves were real. So I used to do them on my sister like a D-boer. You know what I mean?
You suplex your sister?
Huh?
You suplex your sister?
Yes. Just to see. And when I was fucking her up for these moves, you know what I mean? To see the turnoff was I would do the moves on her and fuck her up, and then my mother would come and fuck me up. But it didn't discourage me from doing it again. Oh shit. I want to try that and look at it. No. And fuck you, we're doing this anyway. You know what I mean? Shit. Right. What's the way to go? It's definitely the way to go. Wrestling is amazing. I think I'm going to try to get to that story. No, Kiki, to answer your question, no, I didn't watch Roddy Piper, but I did take a gander at what Tweeter made a post and tagged me in. I forgot the name of what it was. The show was on Netflix. It's only about 30 minutes. It's about a half an hour show, right? And hold on, y'all. I'm gonna give you the name because she said the name of it. It's Two Distant Strangers on Netflix, and it was good. To me, it was good. It was a half an hour. You know what I mean? And it was crazy, man. It was depicting of what you deal with what people deal with, what black men deal with every day. It was good. You know what I mean? The sleeper hole was real. People are saying.
All that stuff is real. All that's real.
Yeah.
Stepping on people's toes. They was doing that. Was that, step on your toes and put your fingers in your eyes. My brother did all of that on me. All of that. He even suffocated me to see if you really pass out. Like he tried it. And I fought him though, but he tried. My brother, listen, I love you, brother. To this day. I don't even care.
Certain moves you couldn't do because like some of these moves is really killing people if you really did this shit to kill somebody.
Yeah, if you did it wrong, yeah. So that's why I prefer, do the sharpshooter. It's easy.
I think it was an art to it, but yeah. Hey, I got a question for y'all. If you're when you're home and you see my name is Lazy Ass Day. When you're having a lazy ass day in your home, is it me or is it just me? Like my appetite be on 1,000 when I'm sitting around the house. Like, I'm sitting around the house and I'll be thinking of shit to eat. I'll be like, ooh, I can eat that and go gobble that. And like 10, 15 minutes later, I want to eat again. Hence the bowl right now.
Because you're a foodie.
And I'm talking about dinner.
It's because you're a foodie. You're a fat boy, for real. I don't have those issues.
How do you not have those issues? Like, I wake up, I know today, let's say, I knew today was going to be a lazy day around the house. I'm going to be around the house today. And I knew this. I said, okay. So I got up this morning and said, I want breakfast. So, you know what I mean? I made me like 4 eggs, you know what I mean? Handful of freaking bacon, some toast, ate that. 20 minutes later, I was like, it's lunchtime. Like, nigga, I was hungry. I do this, and this is the problem. Whenever I'm home, I do this all day long. I just stuff my face. I just thought it's just me. I guess it's just me. Oh.
Once again, there's a name for people like you.
Don't do it. I just didn't like the taste of food. I'm gonna leave it like that. The different textures of food is very good to me.
Now I'm going to be
contradictory.
I'm going to be contradictory because during Shark Week, I imagine something like, okay, up front, I don't eat things that I can't imagine me eating. I don't eat things that I don't taste. Like I could come down in the kitchen and unless I thought of it or unless I have a taste for it, I would never eat it. I don't eat nothing. I don't eat nothing that I haven't thought of. That's why when I go to restaurants, if you get me to choose one, I know exactly what I'm gonna eat there. I know exactly what I'm gonna eat there. But during Shark Week, I will make something and I will eat that whole thing. Whatever that thing is, I will make it and I will eat it several times. You know what I'm saying? But that's my only fat girl moment because I'm a real fat girl. And the way I'm set up, if I ate like you, I'll change my bike name to Fat Girl.
Oh, Lord. I mean,
What else?
So in some ways I'm blessed like that because like I got to hang out with my aunts and uncles on Saturday. Like my aunts, let's say that because I don't have no uncles, I have aunts. Right? And I went over to my dad's house and shit. And my Aunt D looked at me and she was like, you look good, baby. You lost some weight. So I turned around and I said, yeah, a little bit, but I'm gaining that shit back. You know what I mean? I went over there. My dad knew I was hungry. So the nigga hooked it up for me real quick. And they were like, wait a minute, you gonna cook? Because the nigga like to eat. He like to eat. I can't help it, man. Something wrong with me.
Man, you're supposed to look to the side all the time. First of all, you're supposed to look at how much more of your penis you can see because your stomach did go down. Look at that.
I see a lot more of my penis.
That should be your motivation. Just saying.
Nigga, that's what's called a mirror. That's what a mirror is for. Because I can see my penis, I can see the base, I can see my balls. That's what you use the mirrors for.
Look at you. Look at God. Come on now.
That's it. If my belly get too big, I ain't doing nothing else. She's either gonna have to get on top. I'm gonna do doggy style and lay my stomach on her back while I hit it from the back. That's what's gonna happen.
No, you're supposed to appreciate where you came from and not want to go back. That's the bulk of my bag. That's what the bottom of my bag.
Hey, you got a good back. Hold that weight on your back for a second while I get these couple pumps off. You know what I mean? It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Then when I'm done, go make me something to eat. I'm hungry. Burn some calories. Yes.
And I can't eat. Like if you catch me eating at night, it is a protein. Ha 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 ha.
I'm not even touching that one. Nope. Walk right past that one.
I'm saying, oh yeah.
No. Oh my God.
Well, we know where this show's going today.
No, we're gonna. Okay, listen. This is gonna be a good show. So you might want to tell a friend. tag a friend, get a friend, come here, tune into some shit we gonna talk about today. We're gonna talk about some shit today. We got something to talk to you about today, but we're not gonna get into it. I'm sorry, y'all, that I missed last week. Mouth problems and dentist problems. You know what I mean? You know how that shit is. So I couldn't really do a show last week. I kind of tuned in and out because I was kind of high, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm listening with it." And I was like, I was knocked out. But you know, I think my team did exceptionally well in the draft. I'm going to say that. Reiterate that. My team did exceptionally well in the draft. We did better than them cowgirls in the draft. I know that. You know what I mean? I think our defense. I think our defense will shut down the NFC East. Period. I'm not enthused with our quarterback that we have. I'm not enthused with him, but okay. You know what I mean? If Aaron Rodgers does go on the market, I say you give up Chase Young, a first round draft pick for 2022, and a second round draft pick, and bring Aaron in and kick him to the curb. Let's get busy.
Well, I don't understand why you weren't walking around the streets gloating like that, because your defense was good last year. The fuck?
It was, but
and
it's better now.
And you see what happened. So let's address something else. Talk about something else, sir.
We can talk about the offensive side of the board.
Okay. Did you do something with that? Is there a resolve there?
I think our receiving core is nasty.
And you got no one to throw, and you have nobody to throw it to him.
Yeah, exactly. I'll catch it. Yeah.
You know what?
Oh yeah.
Stupid.
I'll catch it.
Look, we'll talk about that next in the fall when your cowgirls are sucking butt, and I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
And when they're not, when they're not, you're going to hear it. How about that?
You know what? I've already assumed a position. I'm going to hear it regardless because you're a Cowgirls fan, and every week
and a Capricorn.
That's right. Capricorn.
I was going to say that it's going to be the two C's: Cowboy Capricorn, Cowboy Capricorn.
Just in case y'all need to see my Capricorn bracelet I got for Mother's Day. Just in case no one.
That's right. Happy Mother's Day, TT. How was your day? How was your day for your Mother's Day? You know, I know this is different for you now moving forward, even though you know your daughters and you got a grandma, but I know it's different for you personally because you don't have your mother anymore. So how does Mother's Day hit for you now?
It started very slow. I ain't gonna hold you. I had a very dear friend of mine who talked to me all night Saturday, and it supported me. He is in the same situation, that I'm in, and we support each other. And he gave me a challenge. He said, "I challenge you this year to not lay around that bed in the dark, because every year since 2019, I put my drama curtains closed. I have those room darkening curtains. I do a lot of that, and I sit and I just binge watch whatever's on TV." Mm-hmm. And I don't want to watch. I don't get on Facebook, which I didn't. I don't get on any of those platforms because it's not like I don't like what I see. It just drums up these emotions when I see people celebrating those holidays. So he challenged me. I challenge you to get out of bed. I challenge you to not draw curtains. He said, even if you have to drink on a Sunday, whatever it's going to take for you to get through to get your spirits up, I challenge you to do so. And I did it. I got up. One of my friends offered me to come to one of their little family cookouts. I went to their family cookout, was around some other people. I broke down. I did. Because I couldn't help it, but I'm cool with that too. And the day went okay, and I got through it. And I'm trying to channel and give that energy to the fact that I'm going to be someone's grandmother, at the end of this month. So I'm trying to change my narrative. And you know what I did for the first time in 2 years? I made a Happy Mother's Day post to my mom.
Really?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Very helpful.
Something good. So at the end of the day, how were you feeling compared to last year?
Very cathartic, very therapeutic. I felt good. I came home, and honestly, it wasn't just another day because people honestly were still celebrating me, being a mom. So I was accepting of that, and I took all that in. So thank you for asking.
That's good, because I was just curious about that, and I'm curious for the people that celebrate how they get through the day celebrating a day, Mother's Day or Father's Day, and you've lost your parents, and how does that day affect you? I'm curious about that. I'm just curious about that. And I'm going to ask the same question to the fathers on Father's Day. When you were without a parent, you lost your father, or you lost your mother. How do you get through that day? Because you're watching, and I think social media would put you in a negative because you see everybody celebrating their mother, taking pictures and doing lives and videos with their mother, but you can't. So how does that affect you? You know, and how do you deal with it? So I'm glad to hear that somebody challenged you and you found a positive ways to deal with the day and help it work for you. You know what I mean? Shout out, congratulations to you for that, man. That was really dope.
Thank
You
you.
know?
Another thing that I highlighted was at least next month, right now, I don't have to go through it again next month. So the fact that you were asking about people um, who have don't have parents and have to go through this
Uh-huh.
twice back to back, I'm grateful to God right now that I don't have to go through that. I am grateful
Yeah,
because
because
I
some
imagine.
of us, some people have to go through it back to back because they don't have neither one of their parents, and my heart really goes out for the ones that don't have either one of their parents because now you go through this month or this particular time and puts you in that funk, and you really don't have no time to recover to get prepared for next month. And now it's Father's Day, and everybody's celebrating their fathers. You know, so it's kind of I just want to know how these people, you know what I mean? Because I'm fortunate, I still have my mother and my father. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So I can't sit here and say what it feels like not to have a parent. You know what I mean? Because I don't know. I haven't experienced that yet. You know what
You're
I mean?
so blessed.
With now, with that being said, the reality says, will that day come? Yes, because this was the so my aunts and my dad and all my aunts got together Saturday because this was the first year that they were celebrating without their mother because we lost my grandmother the day after I got married. Essentially, we
Oh
lost her the
yeah,
day after I
yeah.
got
Sorry.
married.
Yeah.
So for them, and they were very, and so to understand my family, they're very, very close. Like she was the matriarch of the family. Like, yo, everything revolved around her. It didn't matter. That means it didn't matter to the kids, to the grandkids. Everybody revolved around her. So this was the first year they really didn't have her, and because of COVID, they couldn't get together. So they finally was able to get together and share and celebrate birthdays. And the way they did it was really dope. You know what I mean? It was really fun. And everybody just sat around and they were sharing stories. And I got to laugh at my dad about some shit because my aunts were snitching on him about some stupid shit he did when he was a kid, and I'm laughing. But it was a good way for them to celebrate and enjoy the day. So that's what made me ask that question to you earlier. That's all.
Mm-hmm. No, thank you. It's one of those things. Tweety said I lost my father 4 years ago and didn't have a relationship with him, but still have my moments.
See that's hard because you know what I mean, and I think that would be hard there because if you didn't have a relationship with your parent, that's still your parent though. You feel what I'm saying? I think you're still gonna feel some type of way because you still lost a parent. You know what I mean? And it may not hit you the same as a person like you had a relationship with him. You know, it's just I think it hits everybody a little bit differently, man. That's all. You know, but enough is enough of that.
Yeah.
Kiki,
Yes.
Kiki. So we were
Yes.
talking about something earlier. We were discussing something earlier, and we want to see what the people feel about what we were discussing earlier. You want to start that off? You want to start that
No,
off?
I'll let
I
you.
mean, okay.
You
And,
got
and
you got new dinner work. Let's get busy.
well,
Use it.
to summarize. Now I'm still missing the shit up front because I that's my trademark now. My shit missing up front is my trademark, and I ain't fuck. I'm leaving it the way the fuck it is because it's all right. But
Mine too.
let's say you're in a situation, right? And you're the man. You're the fucking man. That's just what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Everywhere you go, you're the fucking man. Like, yo, there's nothing you can't do. You're the man, right?
Yeah.
And you have your choice, cream of the crop, right? And then all of a sudden, you know what I mean? You rocking with one, but then you say, you know what? Fuck that. I'm gonna get with the other one. You go over with the other one, and all of a sudden, your check engine light comes on,
Wow.
and parts fail.
Wow.
First, I
Now
was
this
like,
mate that you hold on, this mate kind of picked you too because you was the man, right?
mhm.
Is it fair for that mate to stay and take care of you? Or would it be wrong for that mate to say, this is what I signed up for, I'm out? I want to know what y'all think. This is a little fucked up. So I'm going to tell you my standpoint on it. You know what I mean? If I get with this motherfucker, you know what I mean? If I get with this motherfucker, right? And all of a sudden, I'm gonna be honest, because my happiness plays a very important role in my life now. At one time, I sacrificed my happiness and my peace of mind to make the next person happy. But in turn, while me doing that, I made myself miserable and made myself evil. So for me, I'm gonna sit back now and I'm gonna be like, you know what? I'm sorry shit's fucked up for you, but I ain't happy. Like, nigga, I ain't happy. Like,
No.
oh, stick for a little while, but eventually that's gonna weigh on me. And if I come to you and I tell you, and I say, hey, hold on, I'm not happy. And you want to get mad and be like, you why the fuck not, blah, blah, blah. That's gonna make the savage come out and be like, fuck you, you fucking decrepit cripple motherfucker, I'm out of here.
So
Yeah,
Tom,
what up?
Tom,
What up?
your happiness is not predicated on your mate's happiness. I'm not married. I'm not married, and this is not a marriage question, but because you're married, I'm going to ask you: is
Okay.
your happiness not predicated on? Is your happiness predicated on your mate's happiness? Because right now, as a single person, if you go through some funky shit and I ain't
Okay.
happy, I really don't want to. I weigh it out a whole lot. I'm gonna tell you why. Because I don't want to I don't want to be looked at like a screwed up person. Like I leave you when you down, or I leave you now.
Okay. Here, let me answer that for you.
Okay.
Let me answer that for you. So this is the part of communication in a relationship. That's the big part right there. Is communication right there. Right? So now when you're dealing with this, when you communicating, because in the beginning you should be having conversations like this with your mate to see where their mind is at. You know what I mean? Like I've had conversations with my wife about that. Like, yo, if I'm fucked up, you know what I mean? I don't want to see you standing here and taking care of me. Like, yo, go live your life. You know what I mean? Like, yo, I don't want to hold you down, because that breeds resentment. In the long run, it will breed resentment, because then a motherfucker may take you for granted. This motherfucker start taking you for granted. He's fucked up. You know what I mean? And you feeling some type of way. You feeling some type of
Bro,
way. Like, yo, this nigga taking me for granted. And I done wasted my whole motherfucking life sitting back taking care of your sorry fucking ass. Fuck this. And and you're gonna resent that person.
so listen, because I'm gonna try to put this situation in perspective to me,
Okay,
right?
come on. Come on.
Because I enjoy a well endowed man. Everyone knows that because I say it all the time, right?
Okay,
And
yes.
if I get with you because of your well endowment, and all of a sudden you end up getting one of those diseases that the one that it curved Peyronie's where it curve all hard and shrink, or you on the juice, or if you take a medication that will change that endowment, and if and or if you get erectile dysfunction or you can't function down there, I'm probably leaving. You know why? Because I got with you for that reason. I'm not saying I don't like other things about you, but that's the
But
thing that is carrying it.
okay,
Your big penis is the reason why I'm here, bro. And the
so
way
so
that
so are you telling him that up front? Are you having that conversation with him up front when you first get with him and be like,
no,
yo, because of the size
no,
of your motherfucking yang, this is what's up.
no.
So you're not having no
To be
communication.
honest, look, he's gonna come up with that deduction because I'm gonna always have send some pictures and some messages, and I'm gonna always ask about it. Everything is gonna be probably I'm gonna be self-centered. If
Okay.
I find that dude with the thing that I love, I'm gonna be a creepy old Kiki Savage. He's gonna know it.
Okay, so so
Don't
what
ask
I'm saying
Captain
is
Scooby.
is like, yo, I have questions with like females. What made you want to get with me? You got the choice in the middle. You can pick as a female. A female can usually choose pretty much. You know, if you're a decent female, you can usually choose who you want. You know what I mean? You can choose who you want. So you know what I mean? I'm curious to why. What attracted you to me? These are conversations that I'm having. So if I'm looking at me and you kicking it, I'm going to want to know, and I'm expecting you to be honest. And if you look at me and say, "Nigga, because you got a big dick," okay, I respect that. I
Or
respect that. You know what
or let's bring it around to our community. Let's
I
bring
mean?
it
Okay,
around. I've been in the
okay,
MC community for a long time, right?
okay.
And
Yes.
listen, I have seen these big ugly look ugly. See my quotation fingers, my bunny ears.
There you go.
Ugly people or unattractive women who come up because they get the right position in their club, They got they in the right club. They got the right
Okay.
height. You understand? They got they got the choosing. They got the choice of the litter. You know what I'm saying? For whatever reason, that because I've seen a lot of presidents be extremely popular, and I was wondering, I was like, why? Like how, Sway, or a club of women who are super popular, and they start gaining weight, then it's over. Or they stop doing whatever they did for their popularity, it is over. So if I in the black community, somebody got with me because I was Black Widow, and they got with me because da da da. And once my Black Widow days is over, I kind of will be waiting around for the shoe to drop. Because now, you understand what I'm saying? People get with you based upon that thing. Like if Tone, like I imagine that Tone Savage, your whole character, your whole persona has gotten you carrying anywhere. You know what I'm saying? I imagine that you and that you
Okay.
have to
I see where
do
you're
you
going
have
with this.
to contribute it to that. Or you just know you're fine and that's what the fuck it is. Like I'm undeniable as a human and then that. Or do you contribute it to your persona? Real shit.
It goes a little bit. First off, it goes a little bit both ways because when you're speaking about that, I was still Tone on and off Facebook, and I've always been Tone, and I've always been this way. So it wasn't nothing new for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So this is the way I always carried myself. And some people like it, some people don't. It is what it is. But I'd rather a female be honest and be like, "Yo, this is what I'm feeling about you." Okay, now did I use that persona to knock some shit down? Yeah, why the fuck not? Why wouldn't you? Wouldn't you? Like, come on, Slim. I use
But I'm
that shit because
saying
those
your
females will
club.
always smash and get the fuck out of Dodge.
Let me add in there because you know what? I guess I'm hearing the way you're answering me, and maybe I said it improperly. I want to say it in a way where it is very clear. If I'm not trying to say that you are not the same off and on or in and out. I don't want that to be said. But you bring what you are to the MC community, and you get the right club. This club is popping. Everybody from all miles around is coming to bang with this club, right? And all of a sudden, you are everything to everybody because of your position. You know what I'm saying? Who you are, your bike is like that, you're this, you're that, and now you are undeniable.
Okay.
Right? And
I am the
then
hottest commodity on set. I'm the hottest commodity on set. Okay, I got you.
And then the pandemic happens, and now you got to sell your bike. Now you got to grow your hair back. Now you got to drop your club colors. Now you got to do whatever. And then the people that was rocking for you kind of feel like, nah. You know what I'm saying? Like the thing that made you the thing to them.
So it really boils down to
Okay, so
Sorry,
can I
Captain
interject?
Yes.
Yes, this is your captain speaking. So pretty much, you're what I'm hearing is you're trying to relive your days of high school. I mean, just claim the fact that you were able to, you were young, viral, able to do whatever, be whatever, and figure like your reputation carried you to the longest end, and then when it gets to the point where age kicks in, finally, you feel vulnerable. You feel your mortality has shown its light, and I think you've gotten to the point where now you're fearing the fact that you have to grow up. Is that what I'm hearing?
Sort of.
Yes and no.
And I think you meant zero the whole time, but I'm gonna let that pass.
Yeah, I said girl.
But Tone,
What's up?
help me out here.
Okay, come on.
Help me out. I'm trying to get around. You know what I'm trying to do.
Okay, so it's more like this. I'm king shit, right? I'm king shit. And I walk around and carry myself as king shit. So as being king shit, I don't care about nobody's feelings. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
You follow me?
Yeah,
So I
I
don't
got
give a
that
fuck about
part.
nobody's feelings. So I'm dealing with this chick, and this chick is really fucking digging me. And all of a sudden I'm like, fuck you, going this way. And I've done that. I've done that around, and I don't care. Now, You know what I mean? I carry one chick and I get with the next chick. And all of a sudden now this chick is down to get with me because of who the fuck I am and how I carry myself. And now, oh shit,
I
my
get you
check
back
engine
after
light
that.
goes on. I
Yes.
broke down. They don't got the parts to fix me no more. I'm
So,
sitting
like
on
I
the
said, like
I'm fucked
I
up.
mean,
I'm in the
it's like I said, yeah. This is you were the king of the hill, and then finally, like I said, age kicks in. Finally, you're pretty much you're not the man anymore in a sense of what you were. Because of the
And
fact that things age, things mature, things grew and shrink and all that
yes.
stuff. So I mean, you have to realize the fact that, like, look, this happens to everyone. Not everyone is a freaking Greek god. You're not.
That's
You
now
have
hold
to
on.
get and based off the scenario you were stating, it's like you probably had that reputation being Kawasaki's tone and everyone everybody heard about you, everybody wants to be with you, everybody wants to be you and all that stuff. But then once you finally when someone wants to hey, I hear your tone, hey, I want to get with you, and then you don't deliver, mind you, yeah, they that reputation will exceed everything. But once they see when the person that wants you finally sees your reality, yeah, it will sour for them because it's off of what's going on. And the sad thing is like they're living in a fantasy in their own head.
so is it wrong? Like, so we were asking, like, do you leave or do you stay? Once that fantasy that you had for that person is over. Yeah, I care about you. Yeah, we got some years or whatever, but the thing that I got with you for is not what I'm here for now. So is that person wrong if they leave?
If they leave, if they leave, mind you, here on the Pacific Princess, a lot of people come here for love, and they come here for there is a fantasy in that dealing with love, because they figured like the person that they want to be with
Mm-hmm.
is they have this image, they have this idea of this romantic idea of being with someone, and unfortunately when they see the full reality, they have to deal with it. And if they don't, yeah, they're gonna leave. And if they and I have no problem with Tone saying it's like, hey, if you don't like what you see right now, then you can step. That I have no problem with, because they're not dealing with the realism of what's happening today. You're dealing with it's like going back to wrestling.
Yes.
Ric Flair is a person that has that problem with duality. We see him on television whining and dining and all that stuff. Well, when he
Mm-hmm.
comes home at night, when does it turn off? And there's been problems, and his own daughter, admitted, stating the fact that there are times where he doesn't turn it off. And the thing is like when someone like Tone meets a person who wants to deal with Tone, it's like, well, can you just
Right.
deal with me as a person, or you want to deal with the persona? And it's like, no, I want the persona. And if he doesn't deliver the persona, like a fan, they're going to get disappointed.
Well, I think that's what in those scenario
I
in
like
that
it.
scenario the way he's talking about it, that is a persona, and if you're the king shit, I mean, that is a persona that they fall in love with, and yeah, you're right. They really want the persona because now this person I fall ill. I'm king shit, and all of a sudden I fall ill, and I fall ill in a way that this is something that can't be repaired, and this is something I'm going to have to live with for the rest of my life. I may lose one of my senses or something like that. You know, hypothetically, let's say I become deaf. You know what I mean, or something like that. And now this person has to literally take care of me. That persona is definitely gone. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? And now I'm like, yo, that's like my living nurse. Now, is it fair for
Right.
my living nurse to be unhappy? Is it fair for her to be unhappy? Is it fair for her not to have her feelings? If she's not happy, she should stay because she loves me, and her happiness doesn't mean anything.
Then that means, well, it gives you, it proves to the fact of who she is to you as a person in the long term. If this person's there just because of your persona and can't deal with the fact that you are not fully fulfilling the persona that she fantasized for years, then that person is not the right person for you. They want to live in a fantasy world, then watch television or go to Fantasy Island. I can get you there
Okay,
through
so
the
here's the
Pacific Princess.
problem.
Yes, you
But
can.
here's the problem though. You got with this individual, and at that time, that's why I say communication is key, because you didn't have those conversations. And you got with this individual, and now all that glamour is gone. And now this individual standing there and they looking at me with resentment. Like, yo, I didn't want, this is not what I signed up for.
Then that's on. Then that's their immaturity. Then that proves the fact that, like, again, they want
maturity.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just it's their they want to live this weird rock style lifestyle. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. It's like, come on, it's like you have to come to reality at some point in time.
Let me say this, and Tone, why you, Johnny,
Okay.
Funny Joey got a question for you. He says, serious question, what is love to you? And while you sit on that question for a second, I want to say, in relationships or in love, I don't think that one is going to always be happy. I don't think that I got resentment. The dude I was dealing with forever, did I like his ass every day? No, but I loved him. Some days I didn't even want to see him. And I don't think that that was a reason for me to separate. You know what I'm saying? There is resentment and things that you may allow and then get over and stay for. You know what I'm saying, Tone? It's a noble idea for you to say, oh, if she ain't happy then, because her happiness is paramount. However, if you love me, I added to that. And you have to weigh, like, without me, is that happiness, is it gonna weigh on the scale somewhere? Like, do you think that it's gonna be extremely green because I'm gone out your life? Like, it's one of those things. I think that and in turn, when you get with somebody for who they are and blah blah blah, you have to be looking for those type of days, whether the conversation happens or not. Especially in the MC community, we in the community that I have friends this year who have lost their legs. You know what I'm saying, from bike accidents. I know my brother Scar been going through. He had been going to 2 or 3 or 4 funerals. You understand? So in our community, you have to understand that when you get with me, you get with all that shit. And for real, it is a conversation probably needs to be had. Like, if I am missing a leg, will you stay? Like, and of course, no one knows until you're in it, but at least we need to introduce the idea of that. And will you treat me as a lover, or will you treat me as a fucking patient?
Okay. Essentially, they're going to be a patient regardless if they need to take care of you, but that's neither here nor there.
Mhm.
That for me, these were conversations. So the woman that I ended up choosing, and the woman that I was dealing with or rapping with for so many years, and even though sometimes things aren't the best, and we struggle, in any relationship or anything. I'm gonna say me and my wife struggle sometimes. It is, you know what I mean. But my wife knew me outside of the set. You know what I mean? She see what everybody else sees. She got to see that and everything, but she took the time to get to know the person. And then you got to remember, like I said, I knew my wife 10 years before we decided to hook up and get together. So there was a friendship built there, and there was plenty of conversations about, like I posted this before. In a relationship, you got to have them tough conversations. Those conversations you don't want to have, you need to have. And we had those conversations, and we continue to have those conversations. You know what I mean? Because we need to know. I needed to know what kind of person she is. When you did, and hence that's what was hard for me to deal with a chick on the set like that or take her serious, because you want to get with me because of the hoopla behind who I am or how I carry myself. That's what you was looking at. You wasn't really looking at the real me because you didn't take the time to get to know me, because you didn't want to ask the hard questions. You didn't want to have those deep conversations. So for me, it's a no-brainer. I picked somebody that wasn't on the set. She knew me. You know what I mean? And so now I know where her mindset is. I know where she stands at. If something happens to me, because like I had to have conversations with her because she didn't understand my lifestyle, the lifestyle, the set that I choose, the lifestyle I choose to live with motorcycles. You have to have these conversations with your people. Like, there may be a day that I go out and I don't come back. There may be a day I come and I lose a limb, or something terrible might happen. I need to know where your mind is before we get into that, before that happens.
But you know what, Tom? You're 40 plus.
48,
You,
40, I'll be 48.
how long you been on the set?
Almost a dub now.
Okay, so a dub ago. Okay.
Oh, that's a different
I want to
motherfucker.
hear from the people who honestly live like get with me for whatever reason you want to get with me. Just get with me. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that people cared at that time, like if you really like me or not. If you the king shit, your brain
No.
is here, and your idea is I know why you getting with me because I'm who
Yeah,
I am.
but I'm
I
not
know
gonna get with you
why.
in the same capacity though, Kiki. If I'm king shit and I'm running through you. Remember, here was my biggest problem. My best friend had to put me on this. She had to put me on this shit, and she was like, "Tone, you got an issue." And I was like, "What the fuck is the issue?" She was like, "You know what? You only deal with women for 6 months at a time. If you kick it with a chick, you kick it with her for 6 months, and then she's gone, and you move to the next." Huh? And then all through the set, that was my whole fucking thing. I dealt with you for 6 months, and that's all you got from me. Because there was no commitment because I knew where you were coming from. I didn't take you serious because the same shit you're shooting to me, you shoot to the next guy.
And
I
that
knew
might
that.
be fine and well, but let me throw some sand in your box, right? Say for instance, in that 6 month time, because you gotta like her, something about her for those 6 months to become 6 months. And in the fourth month, you now have lost your foot, and
Mhm.
Shorty dipped off, and
Hold
she
on.
dipped off.
Just hold on. Hold on now. So let me break down the 6 months for you, and I'm gonna answer your question, Kiki. Let me break
Okay,
down the 6 months for you.
okay,
You know
okay.
what I mean? So leading into the beginning of the 6 months, I'm getting out of the last situationship, and I'm kicking with you. And Joe, you get 60 good days. You get 60 good days of we kicking it and we motherfucking we rocking it like that. And then somebody else is gonna come along when you starting to hit that third month. Then I'm like, I got my eye on people. You know what I mean? By the time we hit 90 days, you're on your downside. And I'm already starting to entertain the next one that's gonna replace you.
Okay,
Now,
we'll back up. We'll back up.
now it gets to that fourth month,
Day
like you said,
22,
hold
when you
on.
into me. Day 22, when you into me.
Yeah. Okay, day 22, I'm into you. You know what I mean? I get an accident, I lose my foot. You know what I mean? I know what it was from the jump. I know what it was from the beginning, or how you really got with me. You know what I mean? So I'm not really banking on you to stay. I'm not really banking on you to be like, yo, you're the one that you're gonna rock out with me. No, I'm already made my plans to do this by myself. My family has got me.
So let me hear this. So let me hear this.
60 days in ain't nobody serious.
Okay, so back then, you pretty much already had an escape plan for yourself. Is that what you're
Yes,
saying?
yes.
Why?
Because I wasn't serious. This was not serious. Like, yo, this was part of the fucking thing. It was like, yo, I'm on the set. I'm dealing with bitches on the set. Like, nigga, this is just something. This is okay. This is what we're doing. Because the same shit I'm kicking to you, I'm kicking it to the next thing. Or the same shit you kicking to me, you kicking it to the next thing. So we're not very serious. Now I'm not saying, now I've seen some beautiful relationships come from the set. I've seen some
Mm-hmm.
long marriages. I've seen some people get really serious and do that. Hold on. And that happens. But the majority, it's all about, yo, I'm fucking the newest person in style. That's who I want to fuck with. That's who I want to rock with. You know what I mean? And as a man in that position, I'm going to take advantage of it. I'm going to I'm going to fuck you. 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 You know what I mean?
Okay.
No feelings involved with me at that point. What's the
So
matter?
okay,
You
so
huffing and
yeah,
I'm
puffing.
yeah.
trying
What's the
to
matter, Kiki? Come on.
establish.
What are you trying to establish?
I'm not trying to give you a feeling about anyone,
So
because
what are you trying? Tell me what
I am going to say, and I'm gonna jump out here and I'll take whatever you got for me because I'm Kiki Savage today. I don't care. So you hear me? Yeah. So I'm gonna jump out here and say and say that there's a feeling about this person. I don't care if you're ready to get rid of them. There, you gotta like a person for you to spend this time with them. And I
Yeah.
don't care who you are. I don't care what you thinking with or I don't care if it's gotta hit you somewhere when you spent 26 days with me and I turned my back like you never existed. Even if that's what you're capable of doing, it
Okay.
has to hit you somewhere.
But Kiki, if you spend 26 days with me, and you know what I mean, it's that you cannot. That for me personally, there's no real emotional attachment in less than 30 days. Emotional
You're
attachment. I'm still
tripping
like
like
getting
the
to know you is
largest of
fun.
shoes. You're tripping. You're tripping. Listen, okay, because you can speak.
Kiki,
You can
no.
speak for you. I don't want to spend no more time than I have to with a person that I don't care about. And for real, caring can happen day one. Loving is different. Caring can happen day one. If I'm into you, Tone, and me and you was kicking it, and I see me and you been hanging out for the last 5 days, we just can't wait for the next five. The next five, that's 15, right? Because you said I'm
Yeah.
telling you to get to 30 yet, but 15 days, right? That's half of a month. Me and you have been kicking it and seeing with each other and developing the habit and relying on each other for whatever it is that those 15 days has developed. You cannot tell me that the moment that you get knocked in your head and one of your eyes is hanging out your face and I step off because you have this fucked up situation going on that you're not going to feel away. I ain't saying you're gonna cry over me. I ain't saying you're not gonna move on, and life is definitely gonna go on. But I
I live
know
in
for a fact that
I
you
live in
will
a
feel
sense of
away.
reality that if you know people, if you know a people, you know what I mean. 26 days, you may care about a person, but that's a life-changing experience. I'm not expecting you to last. I only know you for 26 days, a month. I'm not expecting you to stay with me. I'm expecting you to get gone.
See, right there,
In
you
my
just
mind,
said
I'm
that.
mentally prepared for that.
Yeah. So let me ask that I want to get into because why is it that you at that time why were you thinking that way? Because based on what I've heard is it's because of the set, it's because of your surrounding, your environment, it's the way of the culture or whatever. But really, it's like you as a person can change that, and somehow you're fixated on this is how it is. Why is that?
Once again, it's the hoopla. It's the role. It's the position you have and I play. Yo, like you said,
But
I'm
you
Ric
can
Flair.
change that.
I'm Ric
You
Flair, bitches. I'm Ric fucking Flair, bitches.
but
And
Ric
no
Flair,
matter what,
but Ric Flair,
woo!
but
You know
at
what I
a
mean? I
time,
just
Ric
fucked up
Flair did.
myself. Woo! This bitch left. I gotta stay in character. I
But
gotta
Ric
stay in
Flair
character
did get
because
married.
hold on, that one chick that made this chick that I've been keeping for 26 days, she may left, but another one's gonna pop and say, I'm sorry, boo, fuck that bitch. I'm gonna come and take care of you because of the person I am. And I know this is gonna happen. There's a sense of reality right there. She may leave, but there's somebody else that's always dying to take the next spot, the next chick's position. If
So
you step off
basically,
with another chick, and for me, there was no emotional attachment. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna be upset. Oh shit, I really like Kiki. She was really fucking cool. We were vibing. You know what I mean? But now she rolled out. I have to be realistic and say, yo, this is some heavy shit. We're not really attached to each other. All right, cool. And here comes the next bitch. Don't worry about her, boo. I got you. I'm gonna take care of you. Fuck that bitch. Okay, fuck that bitch. Come on, come take care of me. You know what I mean? And the whole time I'm scheming to fuck your friend and tell your friend I'm one-eye Willie now. You know what I mean? I'm literally one-eye Willie. I got one eye up top and one eye down bottom, baby. Let's get it. You know what I mean?
But
I'm gonna continue on.
that changes your Ric Flairness. That changes your Ric Flair
How does
though.
that change my Ric Flairness? Because I'm still woohoo.
You're
You know what I
not
mean?
gonna
I'm
even
still in
feel that
character.
way
I'm still in
about
the
that.
role.
You're not
but
gonna be in
here's
character if something happens to your eye. I
I'm gonna
promise
be
you.
fucked up. Emotionally, mentally, yes, I'm gonna be fucked up. But I'm gonna be more concerned about my eye than worrying about you leaving. About you staying and taking care of me. I think that's going to be more pressing issue you're going to be more concerned about your injury than some female or male sticking with you leaving. That's just
all
really,
right.
if you're in that situation, you lose something. Let's say you lost your eye, Kiki, and you kicking it with a dude. You're going to stop and be more concerned that the dude left than the injury that you're dealing with, and you still got your
I'm
kids to raise, you still got things like
both of them will bother me. Real shit. And guess
okay.
what? And while I'm dealing with you for 22 days, I don't know that you're giving me 30 days or 90. I don't know I have a 6-month expiration date with you. I'm giving you what
Good
I'm
enough for
giving
you
you
to
for
know.
real. I don't know that. So what I'm saying to you, if you're dealing with me and you don't know that I have an expiration date for you, you wouldn't feel a way that you giving me your 27 days like in
Listen,
succession.
Joey said it.
I'm not a
Joey
yellow.
said it.
And,
Joey said it clearly. Joey said it. He said,
I'm
new
trying to give Joey this.
always clears a dude's mind. And that's reality. That's truth.
He
You know what I
said
mean?
what?
Women, hold on. Women become more, it becomes more of an emotional thing for a woman. A woman is hurt. But a man, here's the honest truth. A man gets underneath a new piece of pussy and he forgets about whatever situation he's going through. So for us,
Okay,
it was
hold
very,
up, hold
and
up.
that's,
All right, okay. Time out.
That's what. Come on.
Time.
Time out.
Hold on. Okay, that statement alone is a bunch of crock.
No, it's not.
Let's fully go because again, you're going back again. Ric Flair is the best example right now. You're thinking the fact that your persona is this persona you're using is a shield to protect whatever feeling that you don't want to feel, and that's the same. And Ric Flair admitted the fact he every time he's out there being quote unquote Ric Flair, he's protecting all his insecurities, he's protecting all his emotions, his feelings, and all that stuff because again. That way he doesn't cry. That's why he doesn't feel fully hurt and things of that nature. You're not letting yourself in this back then. You were never allowing yourself to be hurt because you allowed your persona to be your shield, and that's what I've been hearing a lot because of the game, because of who you are, and all that stuff. You are allowing that to be your shield, and again, giving yourself and giving the ladies you dealing with a timetable, and like Kiki said, it's like they are unaware timetable of being with you, and it makes no sense.
So,
and you
don't take this the wrong way. Don't take this the wrong way. Clearly, you've never been in a position where you had multiple ladies you could fuck at any time and bitch was throwing pussy at you. So when you get in that situation and you in there and you have multiple pussy, being a younger man, I didn't give a fuck. I had no loyalty. I had no tie downs. I didn't care because I was like, yo, all right, cool, I got you, but I know in the back, I'm gonna holler at you. I'm hitting you with what's up? Okay, I know what we about to do. All right, cool. I had multiple females, so that at that point in my life, it didn't matter. At that
But
point,
just imagine, even in that time frame, your check engine light comes on when you got all these chicks, and all of a sudden your whole eye hanging out. You don't got none of them.
Okay,
None of them. You know why? You got none of them. And the
we
last
have
one.
none of them, but there's always going to be one that's going to think I can change him, even though he's got this changing life, this changing shit. He lost his eye. You know what I mean? I'm still going to get with him anyway, and I'm going to make that man love me. I'm going to take these pictures. I'm going to show him that I'm that woman for him, and all these other bitches ain't shit. And it's always going to be that one woman. And say it if you want. You don't want to believe it, but that shit is a stone cold truth. When you out, then a female is going to come up. There's going to be a female that's going to come, and I know that's going to happen because that's the nature.
Does it happen when you need it to happen? When you're down on your luck and you feel like you are whatever, you've lost the sight of your Ric Flairness. You a shell of yourself. Does that happen during that time, or are you waiting for it right after because of who you were? Because the timing matters too. You won't even notice this chick if you lost Ric Flairness.
Just like I was trying.
If you lost your Ric Flairness, sometimes that person that it comes around, you don't even notice her. You don't even notice her because that thing that you had is gone. You've lost the confidence in yourself.
Okay, so let me. Okay, so at that present time, I lose my fucking eye, and so that's not going to be my biggest concern at that point. That a fucking female rolled out because I lost my eye. I just lost my fucking eye. It changed my whole life. Everything, my whole life has completely changed. I need to worry about that. That's where my focus is. But there's always going to be one or two bitches that's going to come along and say, "I got you, boo," and be your friend and be like, "How can I help you through this situation?" and be there for you. It's just reality. That's what it is. There's always going to be one. So if you decide, Kiki, if you as a person rolled out, at that present point when I'm going through it, I'm not thinking about, I'm like, okay, fuck it, whatever. But I got this life-changing shit here. I lost my eye. I lost my leg. You know what I mean? Hold on. I'm paralyzed. I'm paralyzed. My whole life has changed. By you leaving doesn't change shit. I got to worry about that. That's my depression right there.
So conversely, when the lady comes along, you don't notice her. You know why? Because she got this life-changing shit right here. I don't give a fuck because it's the same thing. No,
but a female.
So now you put a break in that now because now the girl come along and now you care.
And here's what a desperate female, because you were still that nigga. Hold on, you were still that nigga. You're still that even though you had this, you lost your eye. You're still that nigga. And this female's gonna come along. Hold on. Now this female's going to come along. If I lost both my eyes, I can't see shit. So it doesn't matter what female comes along. Because I'm still blind and I can't see her ass. So it doesn't fucking matter. You know what I mean? At least give me one of my goddamn eyes. You know what I mean? If I'm blind, I can't see shit, so it ain't gonna matter. Bitch, I ain't never gonna lay my eyes on you. Well, I'm gonna be like Stevie, or I'm gonna be like Stevie or Ray Charles and feel your face or feel your wrist. Get the fuck out of here. That don't mean that bitch can be stone cold ugly and have the smoothest wrist ever. Get the fuck out of here. Now, if I got one eye and I'm dealing with that shit, then I'm gonna deal with the shit. I'm like, okay, that female is gonna be, this female is gonna make her presence known. She's not going to be just at that point, bitch, I'm going through something. I'm not really trying to hear that right now. She's going to be relentless because this is her time to shine, to be better than any other bitch. She's going to keep pressing the issue with you. And eventually you'll see it. She's not going to stop. That's what it is.
So what if the woman who is loving you referred to you as her patient?
How would you okay, so look, and she looks at me and she says, I'm your patient. You know what I mean? Well, bitch, you got to be a better goddamn nurse. Shit. I want a sponge bath with your mouth. You're going to do something. I'm going to talk shit like that. Is that going to hurt me? Is that going to make me feel some type of way like I'm your patient? Oh, well, then fuck you, because now I see where your mind is at. If you make that type of remark to me, I'm going to see where your mind is at, and this is how I'm going to deal with you moving forward. I'm going to be disrespectful. But I'm not going to push it all the way over the cliff. I'm going to have that shit dangling right on the cliff. And right when you get there, I'm going to walk away and leave you there. I'm like, come on, man, come on back. And I'm going to keep doing it because now I know what you're thinking. If you call me your patient, bitch, I can go buy a nurse for that much. Shit, fuck out of here. But that shows me who you are. So now, my one eye seeing having ass, you know what I mean? I'm gonna find a dating website for one eye seeing motherfuckers. And I'm going to find me somebody. Somebody going to be out there for me. What the fuck? But just saying, as women in that scenario, Kiki, is we're dating with me and you. We got this dope bomb. Like you said, 5 days go by and we're looking to see how the next 5 goes. And we doing the stupid little shit. We're on the phone until we fall asleep on the phone with each other. Shit like that. We feel each other. Now I get into this accident. Am I going to think about Kiki leaving? It's going to be a part of my mind. I'm not going to sit here and say it's not. Thank you. That's not my number one concern at that time. That's not my number one concern because now that's like prime example. Hold on, I was dealing with this chick. I fucking was in love with this chick, and then my dumb ass went to jail. And you know what I mean? And then the chick broke up with me. But my bigger concern was my dumb ass was in jail. You know what I mean? And I had to deal with that. But did I feel some type of way that this chick left me when I needed her the most? Yes, but I couldn't worry about that because now my ass is in jail, and that's number one priority. And guess what? Here comes another female come along. I know that bitch left you when you were in jail, boy. I know shit is rough. Here's some shit on your books. I'm gonna come up there and visit you. While you want to visit, play with my pussy. Okay, you taking my mind off of it. These bitches are gonna be relentless. They're gonna stay on top of you. They're gonna keep pushing you until they get what they want. That's what I'm saying. I love you, Kiki. I love you, boy.
I would look, white man, Captain Steubing. If you could draft up an award, yes. If you could draft up an award for the longest time, it took a nigga to come around and say yes, yes. It took you 30
but I felt some type of way. But I didn't give it the energy that you wanted, Kiki. I wasn't giving it the energy that you wanted. You know what I mean? I couldn't give it the energy that you wanted because that's not what the fuck it is. For me, it wasn't. It wasn't is.
Because you know in your brain, you thought I had an order. You thought I had some type of pecking order, and I didn't. I didn't have an order. I was just asking. I'm not gonna, like, you answered it like that ain't the most important thing. No, it's not. But no, when I answered you, I said both of them would bother me. Both of them.
Yo, it's gonna bother me. It's not gonna bother me like the way it should. Now, if it was, let's say I didn't have an accident, and this bitch just woke up one day and was like, "Yo, fuck you, I'm leaving." You know what I mean? I'm be like, "Oh, that's kind of fucked up." Yeah, but you know what I mean? For a man, and under our discussions, the next time we gonna talk about this. As if for a man, we deal with it differently. If you want to roll out, fine. We just get the next bitch. You know what I mean? I'm fucking somebody that night. I'm fucking somebody. You want to leave? I'm fucking somebody that night because it's easier to get a crawl from underneath one bitch and slide her to another. Get some pussy and then slide her underneath.
But emotionally, you are not going to feel good about yourself from here on as you continue on doing what you're doing. Again, you just want to continue. Like I said before, you're going to continue to live on through your persona to help you through this hurt that you should be taking a break from and deal with it. You're not dealing if you're going to just like any other young say, hey, go to the next one, go to the next one, go to the next one. All you're doing is completely just bearing whatever issue you're dealing with at that moment in time, and you should deal with it and treat it like a wound, and you're not. You just feel it's like slap on some dirt and keep moving, and it's getting infected. And with that infected wound, pretty much your mind is getting warped. You're not seeing clearly. You're not dealing with the issues that you're dealing with, and pretty much your emotional and love and appreciation of a person that you're going to deal with the next time, they're going to deal with the pain and suffering that you're going through currently.
So
Because you're not dealing with yourself.
Look, I am dealing with myself. I'm dealing
No,
with
you're
my
not.
because I'm
You're
fucking
dealing
somebody
with
else.
the wrong head. You're
Sorry
dealing with the
asshole.
wrong head. The wrong head's getting the treatment.
There was never such thing as a wrong head. Like that head doesn't literally have a brain. The brain is up here, man. The brain is up here. It's like, yo,
whatever Miss Kiki, you know, she does, you know, she savagely handles, you know, the wrong head many times to the point where it's like, look,
yeah.
So, to know full well, it's like you're not thinking straight.
Don't do that, Kiki. Don't do that. Oh my God. But okay, so if I'm dealing with a female and that happens, and I jump out and I jump in, I don't see it as a. So my wife went through some shit. It wasn't easy for her. It wasn't easy for her. And did I have to start working on myself? Yeah, I kind of did eventually. But in my wreckage, when I look back now and I look at my wreckage, it's fucked up because I done fucked up a lot of motherfuckers. I ain't gonna sit here and lie. But at that point, did I care? No. And so if you ask me now if I care, no, I still don't care. You know what I mean? Maybe that's me.
Joey said way back early in the show, he said your check engine light is your karma. Either he or Tavio said that.
but Joe, but it's true though. It's true. I think that's true. Your check engine light becomes part of your karma, and I think that's what it is. You know what I mean? I've had karma, and karma comes at you in any different type, way, shape, or form.
And look, you add this to it. Your check engine light comes on the day as you about to go through emissions.
No, exactly. Joey made a funny. Yo, my man Joey made another valid point. If you got a brain, how does she give you head up there? But she gives you head down
sexual simulation. Just talking and having conversation. That's
how having a conversation. As she's talking, we're having the conversation.
Oh my God!
Like is talking to me. Like, yes, I get what you're saying.
I want to read one of Joey's comments that he said earlier. He said, everyone, this kind of boils down to some men and some women do not have any issues getting someone, and it doesn't affect them like it would affect another person. During my single days, he said, during his single days, he lived vicariously through Aaron Green. Are you kidding me?
Oh, you know what I mean? I mean, seriously though, like Joey said, you can't nut off of somebody trying to massage your brain. Well, it depends, because if you're into that type of shit, you will. I know some females you got, you know what I mean? You got to get to this first before you can get to anything else. It takes a little. I ain't gonna tell all my secrets, but it takes a little time when you're dealing with this. It does. It does.
I don't care what you say from here on out. I just heard you say what you said earlier, and I was satisfied with that. I hit the bell on it.
Satisfied with that?
I was satisfied.
Yeah, because that's only point. Look, y'all. That was the only point Kiki was trying to make.
You made my day, brother.
Oh my God. You know what I mean? I mean, that's just what it is. I mean, you know, and everybody, you may look at it as it being fucked up, and it may be. You know what I mean? But at that time, you asked me this 10 years ago. That wasn't fucked up to me. That was just normal everyday living. You know what I mean? Like, yo, and you were rapping, and that's what you did. You schemed. You was off to the next one. You know what I mean? There was nothing ever serious.
Everyone who takes the time and opportunity to join us every Monday at 5:30 to 7.
We love y'all.
For the last 3 years. They understand that opposition is welcome here. We don't all have one opinion on anything, and that nobody's opinion is wrong, nobody's idea is wrong. We have healthy discussions to try to turn people's opinion around or help them see another way of looking at stuff. That's what this show is about. And I think that we do that in a very nice way. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it take a little bell ringing, take a little Captain Steubing interception, take some of that, take some statistical stand to jump in there, and some lazy ass Daytona to come in there and grah, grah, grah. But at the end of the day, honey, we are here for it every Monday, and I wouldn't have it no other way. I bang with y'all tough. Oh, yeah, brothers. Look, I got these glasses, and that's all I've been doing since I got these glasses. Facebook, I told y'all, Facebook have blocked me. I can't go live for 30 days for some crap, and I'm trying to dispute that. However, I hope that they hope that the Uncle Facebook so graciously decides to overturn his decision to not let me go live, being as though I'm such influence on the community in a positive way, Uncle Facebook. So I can't go live. So I bought these glasses. I've been waiting to become Macho Woman. Kiki Savage. So I finally got it. And guess what? I'm gonna wear these glasses.
Oh Lord, she's Randy Macho Man Savage. I'm Ric Flair for the day. You know what I mean?
You should put that on there.
I was Ric Flair for the day, yo. You know what I mean? Like, listen, you know, yeah, we encourage your opinions and stuff like that, and everybody's valid to their own opinion. Whether you know what I mean, Kiki's entitled to hers, whether I agree with her or not. You know what I mean? I'm entitled to mine, and Captain Stupid is entitled to his. You know what I mean? And it's fair. It's look, the love boat, nigga. Look, but it's fair. You know what I mean? And we encourage that on the show. You know what I mean? We want to get dialogue from all different sides of the table. Even if it's got to take you around the world before you agree with Kiki. Because I'm not just going to agree with Kiki off the rip. No, y'all. On this show, I'm not going to give Kiki that satisfaction off the rip. I'm going to make her frustrated. I'm going to make her keep trying to get me to come back to a point. And I'm going to walk around. And then I'm going to finally come around and be like, okay, Kiki, once I didn't get tired of having fun with it, that's just what we do.
I followed you for 32 miles, young. I'm like, look, we turned off somewhere. Like,
off. Look at the scenery. Enjoy the scenery as we go down the road.
You finally came around.
Yo, I'm just saying. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, everybody makes a valid point about this scenario. You know what I mean? And yo, if a person decides to leave and they decide to stay or whatever they decide to do, that's on them. At the end of the day, it's subsequently that's what they're gonna be judged for. You know, and that's just what it is. You know, if you don't want to stay, then that begs that there's other questions that could be had behind you not wanting to stay. Did you ever really love the person? Did you ever really care? But in 30-something days, did you really care? Did you really love the person like that? Holding a ticket for 32 hours?
Yes. And another thing is that I implore people to think about the partners that you have and in those situations that could possibly occur.
Right.
Will you want to stay or go? Like that could be. You could have Michael Jordan. You could have who knew Michael Jordan was going to be fat like he is now, and who knew that he was going to not look like he looked for all of my childhood. I see it now. But when some people's brain, they can't see you older. They can't see you older. They can't see. Look at Jackie Harry. I watch all these little things, and she was so fine back in 227 days. I was like, who is that? So some people can't see. These are not my, okay, I sound so raw, but these are just things that I ask people to think about when you dating people. Like when you looking around, like it's pretty much it's a ride or die situation. And for most of the time, if they eyes hanging out, you have to help them put it back in when you have true love. And if that's not what it is, then let people off the hook. You know what I'm saying? Now, did you want to give your last statement on that, Captain Steubing, or no? You want to give
whatever. Look, the whole issue is it's all about maturity and how you handle maturity. And the people you deal with in your life, you know, in the past, in the present, and the persona that you're living in. Can you deal with it? Can you handle it? Can they handle it? It's work. Like anything, the relationship is work, and something like this, like in a funny way, how you talk about watching Macho Man Savage and Piper, and we bring in Ric Flair. These people had to work with their persona in and out of the ring, and something like this, it has that mirror image. It is you're living a persona, and you have to deal with it in and out of the ring, and the people who come in with you, they have to deal with it too. So
Yes.
and
Yes.
it's just a lot of work.
So with that persona, like you said, you have to live with it in and out the ring. You have to live with it on and off the set. But you know what I mean? Here's the question. You know what I mean? What it boils down to is that you can't turn it off, because when you're trying to be yourself, somebody's going to approach you and think you're still in character, or they're going to make you be in character. So you always in character. And it's really superstars. You see a superstar, you're not going to look at him by his first name and be like, "Hey, what's up, buddy?" You're going to look at him like, "Oh shit. Yo, you're Macho Man Savage." And you're gonna want him to engage you as Macho Man Savage. You're not gonna want him to engage you as the individual, as a person, as who he is normal life. So that's why they can't decipher the two, and they'll always be stuck in that.
Well, that's something for us to put out there for information and to people to think about. And a lot of this stuff is for awareness. May 16th, because I got to get up out of here. 6:45 for me. But May 16th, which is next Sunday, Tone.
It's next Sunday. Next
We
Sunday,
have,
it's going down.
it's going down. Tell them about it so I can roll
Next
up out of
Sunday,
here.
we having a live show. We won't be on. We won't be on Facebook, but if you're in the DMV area, holler at one of us. We're gonna put the address up there. You come out and we have a live show, a live discussion, men, females. You know what I mean? We talk about it all, no holds barred. We don't hold nothing back from each other. Ladies got questions, we got answers. We ain't got the bullshit answers. We got the answers that's gonna make you feel like, oh shit. Ladies, when we ask you a question, we were looking for them real answers, and they're going to give us the real answers. If you're really interested in talks and conversations like that, man, come out and come hang out with us, man. May 16th, man, Sunday. We'll put the details out there. Get with us.
Yeah. Okay, brother. I gotta get up out of here. I gotta get out of here. Oh yeah. Anything you need to know from us? 1302 Caraway Court, Largo, Maryland, Courtyard, Marriott. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh my God. She killed me with that today. Oh my God, she killed me with that. Well, like I said, I pertaining to people and these roles, and it's not only superstars, it's people too that get into these roles and these lifestyle roles, and they don't know how to get out. You know what I mean? It's like, since we're talking about the set today, let's say it. You got some people that you may know before they join this club or this nation. And this motherfucker wasn't shit. It's not just a man, it's a female. And this nigga, he ain't nobody. But now he gets on set and he's with these people, and all of a sudden he's this motherfucker that you're like, but I know you, nigga. He's in this fucking persona, he's in this role. He's like he's untouchable. You know what I mean? It's what people do.
That's why but that's where you need someone to ground you. There's always at least one person, and because I've noticed people who go off the rails and become this just to be a character again, to please all, but never be able to please themselves mentally or nor physically, and it's kind of but when you have that one person to be able to ground you and make you realize you're this person, you're not always that person. You're this person. That will help you, and that will give you some sense of balance. That a lot of people need in a situation that you constantly have to be somebody else almost 24/7. So.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it is. I mean, so like for me, it was the same person on and off Facebook. And for me, it was on Facebook, off Facebook, on the set, off the set. It's still the same person. I've been the same person, you know what I mean, in since my younger years. But Have I grown and matured over the years? Yes, I have. You know what I mean? Do I see things differently now? Yeah, you know what I mean? Am I taking my relationship, my marriage a lot more serious and putting in the work that needs to be put in now? Yeah, I am. You know what I mean? Because this is what I need to be doing. If I don't do it, I'm gonna live the same old it's like a broken it's gonna keep happening over and over, and I'm never gonna break out of that habit. You know what I mean? So I feel for me, I feel confident these days that I've decided to mature and grow and change and put in the necessary work that needs to be put in. Because I was putting the way I thought about it is all the time and energy that I was putting in on Facebook, or all the time and energy I was putting in to run this bitch, this bitch, this bitch, this bitch. Man, take all that and put that shit into my lady. You know what I mean? I put that into my relationship and my woman, and I'm seeing the results of doing that now, and I'm like, oh, this shit is fire. This is what's working. There's some days that, man, listen, bro. Some days I be on the verge and be like, nigga, that old me be like, bruh, we can do this shit, and I'm like, nah, I'm just gonna keep this path. You know what I mean? And it's hard, but you got it. You growing. Some people never grow. That is just what it is. Some people never grow. Like my boy Joey. Man, Joey had the ladies. He was a ladies' man. There's nothing wrong with that. But you watch Joey, and over the years, I've watched Joey mature and grow. And then when he met his wife, when you meet that woman for you, man, it changes everything. One woman changes your views and your thoughts on everything, and you're like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Did I feel did I feel that Joey was? Nah, I never saw that shit. I never saw myself in that light of being like just married man and all that shit. But when you meet that one woman, it happens. It happens. You know what I mean? And so now, if she left me right now, I'd be like, what the fuck? I would be kind of fucking hurt. Like, motherfucker. I'd be kind of hurt. But, it is what it is. But then it's up to that person to deal with it. But you got to choose the right person for you. And that doesn't come overnight. So when you're dealing with somebody and say, hey, 30 days, I'm dealing with you for 30 days, and they leave, man, then you don't have no real emotional attachment in 30 days. You know what I mean? No, Joey, I'm just speaking the truth, bro. I'm just telling you what it is, man. Y'all, if some of y'all that know Funny Joey, y'all know what I'm talking about, man. And you see the difference between the man then and the man now. There's just a difference. We all grow up as men, you know what I mean? So, hey, it is what it is. But, this has been Real Talk Uncensored, May 16th. It's a Sunday. It's going down. It'll probably be from like 1 to 6 or something like that. But I'm going to have the details up for you tomorrow. Man, check us out. If you're in the area, you want to come through and have some real down-to-earth dialogue, and we want to talk about some shit, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about them tough conversations that I keep telling you about. We're going to have those tough conversations because that's the only way as us as a people can heal and grow. You have to have the conversations you don't want to have. And we're going to start with dealing with the men and women. We're dealing with the women, and there's a lot about men that you women need to know. You know what I mean? Fuck it. We're not completely snitching, but the women ask questions. I'm not going to lie to them. We're going to give them straight answers. And ladies, when we ask you, we're looking for the same thing. Come through, come rock with us, man. Check us out, man. The first two have been really dope. I'm expecting this one to be even better, man. Come through. Yo, I'm Tone. She was Randy, Kiki, Savage, and she's gone for the day. And I'm motherfucking Tone Flair. Woo! I'm out this bitch. Oh, shit.